Hello and welcome to Claudia as Claudia. I just purchased this year in the year of 2023 an expired Connect Clear Blue Ovulation Test system, and I paid $5.25 for it. It had expired March 31st, 2019. I also purchased a Clear Blue Advanced Digital Ovulation Test. That is a new and current test. Now, this test, it does not expire until April the 1st, 2024. Now, I have been tracking my cervix mucus for about 3 years. It's been on and off, not really consistent, and I know a little bit about it. But I want to learn more, and I just want to get a better understanding of my fertility and the mucus, cervix mucus tracking. So I felt like I need to take it to the science lab, and so I went to Clear Blue's science lab, and that's through these systems that I purchased. And so I just want to see how reliable is this cervix mucus. I trust Clear Blue. Also, I want to just say that all my life, my cycle has varied. My cycle has never been consistent, so I cannot predict it. All I know is that usually my period is 7 days long. So I didn't know when it was going to start, but I knew it was going to be 7 days long at least. So for the month of February, I started this test or this monitoring with the Clear Blue Ovulation Test in conjunction with the cervix mucus tracking. So I just want to see that will they agree with each other, because I know if I see mucus and it's the right kind, that I am fertile. So I also purchased this expire test because I want to see at any time will it agree with my cervix tracking with the mucus, and also the cervix mucus tracking, and also will it agree with the current test that's new. Alright, so this is cycle day 6, and I want to say that the smaller test is the current and new test. The bigger test monitor system is the expired one. So the larger one is the expired one, and they both agree. They say low fertility. Now currently I'm on my period. It's light. It's the last day, so I can't track my mucus. But so far the two tests agree. Day 2 of the ovulation test. Both tests agree and they both say low fertility. And in conjunction of that, I also looked at my mucus, and I found dry mucus that fell apart in my fingers. It does not support sperm. So all three agree low fertility. Okay, so this is cycle day 8, and this is the third ovulation test day. And I really got excited because the first test that showed results was the expired test, and it said high fertility. Um, but it did not agree with the current test, and the current test had said low fertility. And in addition to that, when I looked in my panties and when I wiped, I found dried mucus. It was crumbling. When I put it in my fingers, it would not support sperm. So it is definitely a low fertility day. Test day 4, and this is cycle day 9, and I've found that they still don't agree as far as the expired test is saying high fertility. The current says low fertility. And also I found no mucus all day. Every time I went to the bathroom, no mucus. And my period had ended 3 days ago. This is day 5 for ovulation tests. and this is cycle day 10. And the expired test says high fertility, low fertility for the current test. And today I found no mucus all day. Okay, so this is cycle day 11, and the expired test is reading I am highly fertile, which is that's what it's saying, but we know it's an expired test. Now I'm curious on whether it's going to be able to read my peak fertility once I reach it, or is it going to stay high, or is it going to go to low? But this is curious. I'm just interested in seeing what's going to happen. And I also want to note that my mucus, I did notice a sliding filling, and I felt that yesterday, and I seen egg white, which will support sperm. All right. You just don't know how excited I was when I saw this reading. It says high fertility, and this is the current test, so I trust and believe that it is true. And I was so excited because now I know, like, yes, I can read my mucus and it's telling me the truth. I'm so happy. I was so happy. I'm so happy. Okay, so this is the seventh ovulation test day, and this is cycle day 12. And I just want to do a real quick recap, or a recap. So there we are, first and second test days. The expired and the new test both agreed, and I was currently on my period, so there was no mucus testing. And then from the third test to the fifth test days, um, that's where they no longer agree. The expired test was giving this high reading of fertility, but when I look at my mucus reading, when I'm looking, and the current test, Clear Blue test, I found that they agreed and they said low fertility. Then we went to the sixth day of testing, and that's when I got this beautiful surprise that what I was reading from my cervix mucus was true, because both the Clear Blue tests, the expired and the current one, both agreed that I had high fertility. And this is a wonderful thing to understand. So, yes, I'm so happy. Now let's get into the results of the seventh day of ovulation testing. Now my old expired test is saying that I have high fertility, which is not too much of a surprise there. And my current test is saying I have high fertility too. So yay! Okay, so this is the eighth ovulation test, and this is cycle day 13. I found some mucus yesterday, and this morning also. I'm thinking I still have high fertility, so um, as the results are, the expired test says high fertility, of course, that's what's been saying. The current test, again, is saying high fertility, which is, I believe, the third time that it has said that. So, yay! This is very interesting. I keep saying that because it's very interesting to me. Okay, so this is the ninth ovulation test day, and this is my cycle day. What is that? 14. And I have found that I have an increase of mucus, cervix mucus. I found some yesterday, and it has increased in amount. And how many times I found it? So far I found it like 3 times that day or today, or that day, because it's like this is in the past. Anywho, and both the tests are reading high fertility, so everything is lining up. Expired tests, current tests, and what I'm reading, and when I go to the bathroom and wipe myself. Okay, so this is the 10th ovulation test day, and this is my cycle day 15. Now, I have been producing lots of mucus. I've wiped several times and I'm still slippery. So, yes, I think I'm reaching something. The peak is coming, I do believe. And as you can see, both tests, the Clear Blue test, the expired one and the current one, they are matching with what I'm finding on from my cervix, and that is high fertility. And so I'm kind of feeling like at this point, just reading my body, the way it's producing this mucus, that I'm going to get peak fertility soon. So far, 5 days in a row, I've had high fertility. Okay, so this is ovulation test day 11, and I'm on cycle day 16, and both the expired and the current tests are both reading peak fertility, which is no surprise to me. I have been finding a lot of mucus, and it's making me very happy because I know my eggs are ripened and bursting through my ovaries, and the mucus is reminding me of glue gluon glue because of the opacity of it. Oh, it's the opaque kind of, and it's very stretchy. So I am not surprised at all about this result. I know now that it has said peak fertility, I no longer have to do any testing for 48 hours because I'm supposed to be at peak fertility for 48 hours. So I'm going to see what happens tomorrow, if what's going to change with the mucus. So again, this is cycle day 17. I am not supposed to take any more testing. The holders are both still having the solid smiley face. So I'm still finding mucus, just tons of it. So my eggs are definitely present, and they're ripened, and they're triggering the cervix to produce mucus. All right, so I'm coming off of my peak. It's been 48 hours, and this is cycle day 18. And I woke up to no mucus. All day I had no mucus. So I have noticed a stark contrast. For the peak days, it was just massive amounts of mucus, and now I have none. So yes, I think that is over with. Like, the possibility of getting my egg fertilized is like out of the question at this point, because mucus is very important for the sperm to travel to the egg, and also to nourish. If you were to taste your mucus, you will find that it's sweet, and if it's sweet, that means you're fertile. So you might hear my dog in the background. Please ignore that. But anyway, this is my findings. I'm very excited. It's a confirmation that mucus tracking is definitely relevant, and I think every woman should take the time to learn that. So please subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to share. And if you have anything to say, please leave it in the comment section. I would love to hear it. Maybe you can help educate me. I would love that. All right, take care.